want to do the intro
Okay.
to the show. Is that okay? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gotaproblemmate, the podcast. My name is Joey Page. I've got 17.3 thousand Instagram followers. This is my friend Bilal Zafar. He's got significantly less. I can't even bother to check what he's got. He is like the sort of boring central midfielder of the podcast who just keeps it ticking along. And if the podcast episode is going to be any good, it will fall on me to create some magic.
That's not true because I stop us losing, don't I? What do you think you are?
I'm the flair player.
Who?
Huh?
Who are you? Neymar?
I'm like James Madison, isn't it?
Is that good? Is that even that good, really?
Yeah, because also sometimes my genius is blighted by the fact that I like a night out.
Is he one of those?
Yeah. Didn't you see him in the paper with Jude Bellingham?
No,
They
I
both had
didn't.
their sunglasses on at like 3 a.m.
That's very cool.
Okay.
How you doing?
It's not a football podcast.
No.
Should say
Should
that
have
at the
been.
top. How have I been?
Yeah.
I am absolutely fantastic. I've been to Porto's, you know.
Did it rain?
Only one day. The other day it was so nice. I had my little titties out on the beach.
Okay.
And that's the kind of flair we're talking about.
How long were you gone for?
How long was I gone for? 4 days.
And a lovely time. Yeah. What did you eat?
And I for pastas de nastas.
Pastel de nata.
Yeah.
And what are they again?
They're custard tarts.
Oh, yeah.
Phyllo pastry.
Yeah.
They never seem to get them right. They're always burnt.
In Porto?
No, like the top. It's supposed to be like that. It's a joke. If you've been to Porto, you'd know.
Oh,
Their
so
food is rubbish,
That's
by
a
the
Porto
way.
joke.
Their food is rubbish.
What did you
Just
eat?
a lot of cod and boiled potatoes. Is their
That
like
sounds
national
quite nice,
dish.
doesn't it?
That's dull. Give me some mustard or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sounds healthy.
Yeah, but I put paid to that with quite a lot of cocktails.
Do you been gigging?
Salute.
Salute.
Have I been gigging?
Mm.
Yeah.
You sure? That sounded like you had it.
loads.
I've been back gigging.
Oh, big news.
Oh.
Big news. I finally got booked for 20 minutes at the Comedy Store.
Congratulations.
That's like real comedy.
That's the real
That's
comedy.
real comedy.
Yeah. Cool.
It's in November 2027.
And that's a charity gig, right?
No, I've been booked
That's
by...
like...
I've been booked by
There's
the,
like a
by the
burlesque
real
act
people
on.
there. I had
Yeah.
to have the chat.
Mm-hmm. Is Lembit Opic doing it?
No. It's no. What it is? It's Jim Davidson. It's a great line. It's Jim Davidson. It's Roy Choppy Brown and me.
Is he
I'm
still
in the middle.
doing stuff?
I don't know. And Jeffro.
Oh, he died.
Oh, he's not doing it.
So you got the middle spot.
Breaking news. You all right?
I'm okay, yeah.
You seem like you
Bit knackered.
cannot be asked.
I'm a bit tired, but the coffee will help.
Well,
But this
Also,
episode's going to
take-
be fantastic.
take your plastic lid off because
Why?
all the little plastic particles are getting inside you and killing you.
Are
Don't see
they?
me with a lid.
Well, you're so weird because Joey's on the cusp of becoming right wing, right? We know that. But you come out with this pro-environmental stuff randomly about the ocean.
It's
and
not
a
about the
plastic
ocean.
lid.
No. It's not about the ocean. It's about. It all started in the 50s. I might wait till we brought our guest in. 'Cause I could go on about this for a long
Do
time.
you want to introduce our guest now?
I don't want there to be footage of you going into right-wing conspiracy theories and me just sat here nodding.
No, in the 50s or earlier than that, when Teflon, all the chemicals got in the water, and then that's why everyone pretty much dies of cancer because that's just out there now. And then like the plastic in plastic lids is 30 times more than the amount of plastic you should consume in any one day. And unfortunately, everything is covered in plastic, and there's no getting away from it.
He also was telling me this morning that Tottenham didn't win yesterday because all the players are vaccinated.
I didn't say that.
So make of that. Yeah.
Also, this isn't going up for another 3 weeks, so mind you, that could be accurate.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win again in 3 weeks.
Okay.
A bit of football banter, but you looked upset by it, so I'm sorry.
No, because you said last week that we support all the teams.
That's right. We support every Premier League team. Let's introduce our guest. Come
Okay.
on. Do you want to go first? We both do an introduction,
Okay.
if that's okay.
I quite like the idea of sort of equitable football support.
Yeah.
it's just good. What's good for the players is good for the game. And that's...
Exactly.
Exactly. We support every team, every player, every
We
manager.
support offside and VAR.
We support VAR.
Your blue cards.
Blue cards. Oh, yeah. Do you like football? Not really.
No, it doesn't.
I could tell.
I know that vaccination's ruining it though.
Yeah, it is. You're correct. On today's show is a stand-up comedian who has been going since he was 21 years old. That's 10 years by my reckoning. Is that correct?
No, I've been going
Based on what you just
longer.
said to me a few minutes
I've
before.
been there's a gig I've been running for 10 years. I've been
dear
gigging
me.
for 16 years.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
He's been gigging for 16 years, which is only 2 years less than me. And look where you could be in 2 years' time.
I could have my own right-wing podcast.
He's one of the hardest working men in comedy. He's a truly original voice, and he's doing the Soho Theatre soon, which is the only reason he's come on the show. It's Alexander Bennett.
Thank you. I mean, it's very nice of you to have me on so I can promote the Soho dates, but it's also nice to see both of you.
Yeah, and also, I'm way too hot. I've got too many layers on.
I'm going to read a quick intro for you, but it's based on the Glee.co.uk's website. Just because there's one thing in it that I like.
Just one.
Alexander Bennett's comedy, described as dark, silly, filthy, and thoughtful. That's all quite good. Still in his 20s,
Not anymore.
he has an awful lot under his belt.
And an awful lot on his plate.
An awful lot under his belt to sound like really.
Yeah, I know. It sounds quite weird. He's a brilliant comedian. He has a fantastic podcast that I've been on.
Again. Again.
He doesn't get invited.
This is one of my problems from a previous week, how Bilal always gets invited on podcasts and I don't. So we're gonna find out why live on the show today.
It's Alexander Bennett, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Which one did you prefer? You have to pick one.
Well, they were both factually incorrect.
They always are, by the way. We can't afford a researcher.
Even though Bilal's was based on something that basically I wrote and sent to the Glee.
Still in his
Did
20s.
you put a lot under your own belt?
No.
No.
Did they reword it?
I might have.
You might have done.
I might have said I've got a lot under my own belt. You know when you have to write copy for yourself and it's
That's awful,
the
isn't it?
worst thing in the entire world, and then it gets cut up and put on a website. So you go, oh great, I'm booked here, and then you look up your own listing on that website.
I'm really confused. How old were you when you started?
I did my first gigs when I was 15.
What the hell? Where's that even allowed?
The Midlands,
Right.
which is where I'm from. So you ring up a guy and say, "Can I come and do your gig?"
Wow.
Has he got very spiky hair?
He's got very spiky hair.
Yeah.
And and that's the most notable thing about
It's
that
dress
promoter.
sense. I didn't say it was bad.
No,
You're laughing,
it's
bloke.
a brand. You can't say it's not a brand. Yeah, and like they go, come in through the back, come in through the kitchens. So you don't walk in through the front of the pub because that's sort of illegal.
That's illegal, yeah.
But if you come in through the back, then you're technically staff because you're doing 5.
Is that allowed?
That was the way that it was the Midlands. It was a
different time, yeah.
different time, different place.
That's very corrupt.
Although Bilal hasn't received and formal acting training, these are your words. And
That's not mine.
Yeah.
That's not my words.
Although
What's this
Bilal
from?
has the Glee Club performer page. Although Bilal hasn't received and formal acting training, I presume that's supposed to say any. He has so far had roles in sitcoms Catastrophe, Sick of It. That's it. This should.
Such Brave Girls.
It doesn't say that, and it says
That's obviously old.
he also managed to get a role in the feature film Last Christmas alongside Emma Thompson, where he doesn't speak or do anything. He's basically an extra.
I speak. Very highly paid extra in that case.
What's the wedge for that?
What's the wedge for that?
Yeah.
It's more because you spoke, isn't it?
A few
Yeah.
grand, I think.
For a film?
Something like that.
Speaking,
I can't remember.
yeah.
Yeah, you get a bit more because you speak.
The moment,
What
the
did
moment
you
you
spend
say
it on?
anything.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I once had I played 2 roles in a thing, got paid twice.
Yeah.
What was that?
Noel Fielding's Luxury Comedy,
Oh, yeah.
about 400 years ago.
Mm.
So what did you spend it on? The
I
4 grand.
don't know. Jeans?
I bought a lifetime supply of jeans with my last Christmas money. This will do every Christmas
Kate,
from
when
now
you
on.
edit this, if you can put a sort of emotional bed under this bit, 'cause we're now going to talk to Bilal about his jeans addiction. When did it start?
So I was 17. Went to Top Man for the first time.
Yeah. And how many genes have you got?
4,000.
4,000 genes.
4,300
genes.
genes.
4,000 pairs of genes or 4,000 genes?
Genes.
2,000 genes.
2,000 genes.
Pairs of
I
genes.
call one half a gene.
Do you worry that the genes are going to outlive you? Because realistically, you're not going to wear through 4,000 pairs of genes.
But that's what you hope for.
Yeah. That you've built something.
You want them to outlive you.
Yeah.
And also, if you look at him today and how stressed and tired he is, I feel like his life expectancy is just going down, down, down.
It's been going down,
It's going to get through 2 genes.
That's one pair. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's not usually like this. Let's talk about you. Look, we are a current affairs program. So what do you make of this?
We are a right-wing podcast.
You know, you doing this bit that you're doing now means that our Patreon episode is going to suffer because the entirety of the Patreon episode is me going through.
Well, I'll just say that. I'll just do this.
Is that what you do for the Patreon?
Well, no, it's much better than that. And should I say, if you enjoy this podcast and you want it to get better, and you want our factual intros to actually contain facts and not stuff that we've just guessed at,
Copy from the Glee.
yeah, then please do subscribe to the Patreon because it will mean that we can one day get a researcher.
I'm a bit of an idiot. Clumsy husband blows £1,000 battling himself to buy auction painting. So what do you make of all this? I'm training you to go on the right stuff. Or whatever it's called now.
That's what I've always
It's a
wanted.
thing, isn't it, still? It's on Channel 5.
I feel bad for Matthew Wright because he used to be like a relatively normal looking guy. And as he's getting older, he's just getting worse and worse.
I've not seen him.
Constant debate as sort of his eyes are getting wider and wider as he sees every perspective on the panel. His eyes are getting wider and wider, and he looks like an owl now with sort of like 90s spiked up hair.
Is he still doing
He
that?
looks like Tim Sherwood gone wrong.
I don't.
I
It
thought
doesn't.
he left.
See, the question is he still doing that? Should really be, is he still doing it on TV? Because
Oh,
he's
he's doing
definitely
that.
still doing it.
Yeah,
But is
he's
it being
doing it.
broadcast is another question. I quite like the
He's
idea.
joined- I think this could be old, but I think he's joined Talk Radio, which you can only aspire to, Bilal.
I'd love that, man.
Would you like that?
Oh, I have a feature. Alexander
Here's
Bennett.
what he looks like now for anyone that's interested.
He looks well.
Does he?
That's Matthew Wright.
That's Matthew
He
Wright.
looks fine. I have a feature.
I've got to stop looking at it because that is disturbing.
Alexander
You've seen
Bennett.
too
It's
much.
called Vet the Guest. It's where I'll ask you 5 questions. It's like a personality test.
Okay.
We determine whether you can stay on the podcast or, we just delete.
Sometimes, depending on how traumatic Bilal's week's been, he will recycle the questions from a previous week.
These are not recycled.
Okay.
5 questions. Please answer honestly. Question 1. Favorite insect?
Oh, I think ladybird
Yeah.
because it's always a surprise
When
when you
they
see a
fly.
ladybird. You never expect. You expect spiders. You expect
Oh.
ants.
Yeah.
You expect the odd worm, which is not an insect, but you expect
What is it?
It's a bloke.
Is it
It's a-
cephalopod?
It's a type of bloke.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Well, you can't just guess a random. That's a
Type
very
of
good,
person.
very
But
good answer.
a ladybug is always like that's a ladybug.
It's exciting, isn't it?
And it brings you back to your childhood, I think.
And then they fly and it's scary.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Have you seen the fennec fox?
No. What is the fennec fox?
Adorable little guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to look up fennec fox?
Um,
FENNEC. Everyone at home, please Google fennec fox. They are one of the
Just get-
smallest wild dogs.
Just get another picture of Matthew Wright. The fennec fox.
what, have you seen one?
Yeah, I've seen them, man. I think they're great.
Well,
Wanna show-
It's a wild fox.
It's a wild little fox that lives in the desert. It's got
Oh.
giant ears. That's Daisy.
Oh. Well, that's very cute. That looks like a sort of fantasy.
So I'll ask you again. And remember, you're under oath.
Yeah.
Have you seen the fennec
don't
fox?
remember. I don't remember.
Daisy,
that.
the fennec fox.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Question number 3. Would you consider pretending to be right wing for huge fame and fortune?
Absolutely.
Just talking about that.
Yeah. Well, I've seen what it's been doing for Joey. So
Yeah.
I-
20 at the store.
very much between Davison and Chubby Brown. I think those people are onto I think that's short-term gains.
Do you think?
For long-term pain? Yeah, I think that they think they can spin that audience forever, and I think it'll. I don't agree.
But it's easy, isn't it? You just pick like,
It's so easy.
the British flag. Now they've wokified it.
Oh.
You just do that.
Easter
They've-
eggs have now been called occasional eggs.
Oh, don't get me started.
Yeah. They've made the British flag gay or whatever it is.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
football shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having drag queens now on Match of the Day, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Can I just say,
Yes?
somebody listened to the podcast
Oh.
that I was in the pub with the other day. No, he said, my wife listens to the podcast and said that it's really good because Joey comes across as a prick, even though in real life I know he's not.
That's it.
Bilal keeps it on track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like a defensive midfielder, like you said. Which is a Declan
So
Rice.
I'm not as bad as all this right wing nonsense.
Oh, no, I don't think anyone believes it.
Oh, some people do. I've been getting a lot of invites.
Question number 4. If you could read to any animal, which one? It's quite animal heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go for a little. Well, it'd be good to have something that could sit on your shoulder while you got a book like that.
Monkey.
So you've got. That wasn't my first thought, but yeah, my little monkey.
What else would it be?
So I was thinking like a ferret or something
Okay.
that you could actually have as a pet, like a rat.
Well,
Just
I
two
know-
A rat.
Two
Two rats.
rats here. You
Well-
know, one to turn the pages. You hold the book and there's a rat. Just...
Well, I guess what the real question is which
what's
animal
the real question?
could you train by reading to it?
Is that okay?
Rats are meant to be quite clever, so I'm guessing that they understand literature.
I think you could. That would suit your look. I think if you had a rat on stage, you'd make it look cool.
Is
It
that
always worries me
offensive?
when people say something
No,
like
because if you're like
your
slightly
look
dark
would be
humour, you know what I
your
mean?
look would be improved by rats.
Yeah, you could have a rat on your head, yeah.
No, shoulder.
Yeah,
On your shoulder.
yeah. And
Okay.
it could live in my hair, couldn't it?
Could have been any animal in the world. You picked
Picked
a
a
rat. That's fine. Question number 5. This is very important.
He
Do you
types
wait
these
for the
out.
green man when you cross the road?
Sorry.
Do you wait for the green man
He's doing
when you
this.
cross the road?
Well, no.
Oh, you're one of these.
Yeah, I absolutely am. Yeah.
I wait for the green man.
That's your problem. That
Don't want to die.
that sums you up
Mm.
in life. You're just waiting for the green man. You gotta take life by the horns. Sometimes.
No, that's not
Yes.
good advice for people.
I absolutely agree. I think you should cross the road when you want,
Yeah,
and you got to live life on the edge.
Just sprint across
Yeah.
every time.
not every time.
Shut your eyes, close your eyes, and leg it. That's how I cross the road every time.
Well, that was Vet the Guest. You scored 6,500. That's a fantastic
That is
score.
fantastic.
And you can stay on the podcast. You can speak to Joey. You can now promote your Soho Theatre run. How many nights are you doing?
Edge 2.
Upstairs?
Why didn't you know
Yes.
this?
29th and 30th of April.
Now,
What am I doing?
why,
I'm
why-
doing
no,
sooner
it's
than
not about
that.
you. It's not about you.
No, we can't put this out.
Why?
I'm doing sooner.
And how many nights are you doing?
For May.
Oh my god, this is awful. For
No,
you.
but I'm
so
not going to sell
sorry.
any tickets.
Four
Don't
in May.
don't take that as...
If it's in May, it's after me.
No, wait, when is it? May. It's May.
Yeah.
But still, I
Right,
don't
so-
want to put this out.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
can't they go to both?
I don't think they will. I think this is affecting...
I'm
going to
make it fair.
I think he's come in with bad intentions.
I'm going to make it fair. I'm not going to either, but you could go to both.
Have you done Soho Theatre much before?
No, this is the first time.
lovely,
I've
man.
been, which is very nice.
Upstairs
if
is really nice. Yeah.
It's lovely.
you're
room.
doing upstairs.
Yeah.
If you sell it out, barring 3 seats, they will not rebook you because that's what happened to me.
Did it?
Yeah, in like 2016, something like that.
I'm sorry to hear that. What did you
Not
do
been
in
back.
2016?
Yeah.
What did you do
I
there?
don't know if it was that year. I
That's
can't
whenever.
find
That's
out.
when Joey pivoted politically.
Right.
No.
He's
That's when I was doing all my surreal dressing up nonsense.
That's perfect for that.
I
Yeah.
know, but
they love that.
and like yourself, promoted it all myself. Got a full room based on the back of hard work. Wasn't good enough for the Soho Theatre crew.
So what happened? You went back to them and they said,
I don't remember what happened.
Okay.
I don't remember what happened last week.
I bet you didn't go back to them.
I did go back to them. I had an agent and everything who did that.
Right. And they said no.
Not my current agent. She tells me to say that she's very good on here.
That's nice.
She tells
No,
you
she
to
is.
say that.
But no, a different agent then. But that's why I fired them. So be warned, agent. You could get fired. Anyway,
Joey,
but-
make sure that you say I'm good on the podcast.
She's never even said that. She's very nice. But be warned, Daisy. Okay, so
But yeah, anyway, this is the beginning of my professional relationship with the Soho Theatre.
Yeah.
And I look forward to.
and what's the name of the person you're talking to?
We should always ask our guests when they're talking about something they've got. We should say, "How did you get that? How did you get that?"
Maybe we
who's
just
email?
change the name
Yeah.
of the podcast. And how did you get that?
Is it your Edinburgh show?
Yeah, it's the Edinburgh show from last year. Yeah.
You did really well there, right?
Which is
I had a
called.
nice time, which is called I Can't Stand the Man Myself.
I had a little look on
Thank goodness, because that's what my feature's based on.
little thing that I don't know. I assume every comedian knows. You can look at every review a comedian's
I
had.
thought you were going to see how many seats
On-
they've got left to sell.
No, I'm so glad that's not a feature. Of,
I went on your British Comedy Guide.
Yeah.
That got reviewed very well. You got loads of people in. That's great.
I had a nice time. It's the first year I'd ever been able to afford to spend money on Edinburgh. And I think it was the right call. It crippled me financially because that's what Edinburgh is.
Got Soho Theatre now.
Hey.
And what is the show? Give people a morsel, and you can do it down the barrel of the camera if you so wish.
There's a morsel down the barrel.
Yeah.
The show is about self-hatred and sort of... I have very low self-esteem. So it's about sort of coming to terms with that, trying to process that. I also don't come across like I have extremely low self-esteem, so that's part of it. And then sort of how it functions and trying to find a path through it, I think. Because it's comedy about something that depressing, that's why it was critically well received. So yeah, so the show is about that.
Cool.
And the Soho Theatre dates will be the last time I do that show.
It's the last time he's
Oh.
ever doing it ever, everybody. Get your tickets.
You getting it filmed?
RN. That
Any
means
plan to
right now.
film?
It has been filmed and will be released
Oh,
at some point in the future.
But
lovely.
not for ages. So go
Yeah.
and see it. Don't
Not for ages.
Don't hang on for this free video like you guys do. You leech on here, just watching for nothing when you could be paying for a Patreon. Put your hands in your pockets, you scumbags.
Thank you.
That's why I've got the reputation I've got.
That's how Joey promoted his
That's why
original
people
Soho,
are
right?
scared to send their problems in.
Huh? Oh, we've got a problem. All right.
Yeah,
Today.
yeah, okay, okay.
We'll get to them soon enough. Or now.
Did you do? Oh, since Edinburgh.
Yeah.
When did you do a little tour or anything?
No, no one's giving me any advice. So I realised post Edinburgh that would have definitely been the time to tour that show because it would have been a good show to tour. Sort of launch.
Well, you still can.
back of Edinburgh. Not now because now I'm locked into the process of the next show.
Oh,
So the next show will be toured.
okay.
But I'd sort of no one had presented to me that infrastructure is accessible to you if you're not, because I was like, only people on telly can tour, and if you look at
Not
who's
true.
on,
This
if you
guy's
look at
touring.
if you look at who's on tour at the moment, it's like no,
Everyone.
you can tour, you can make it work.
Absolutely.
Here's
Just
the
do
thing, though.
100 seaters.
Yeah.
I'm scared of touring because I've been going for a similar amount of time to you, but I'm a bit older. And I just think if I struggled to sell tickets for my first ever tour after 18 years, that would probably make me quit. So I want to wait until my Instagram numbers are guaranteed to sell me.
But it's
a tour.
do you like doing Instagram stuff, and do you
No,
like?
I hate it.
But
Who likes it?
I think some people do. I think so. But
Do I like walking down a road, talking to my phone, and then if somebody comes along, get shy, and I have to delete it and start again? I absolutely hate that.
I hate it too. Yeah. But like if you were to go on tour, then that would be like the start of a new process. It's like
Trust the process.
yeah, you've been going for a long time, and established in that sense. But if you tour, it's like a new thing. So then you could go, well, by the end of 10 years of doing this, then I could be playing to really nice numbers and not have to talk.
By the
into my
end
phone.
of 10
By the
years.
10 years.
Well, it takes a long time to build up a tour. It's
We don't have
organically.
that much time. We need to get rich now. Me and JP, we're in a lot of debt. All of this,
It's all...
$500,000.
spent too long.
Bloody hell.
I take your point though. But
it's good advice.
Yeah, I don't know if I just keep talking to my phone for a bit, and then maybe in another 6 months I'll have something to announce.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about a new show or not, or should we just not let people even deviate from the message that the current tour is the current show is the only thing we care about?
Current show.
Okay, he's not even doing another show, so don't even think about seeing him in Edinburgh.
Yeah, don't do that.
What message are we supposed to?
This show's important.
This show's important.
This
and
I
then
will be in Edinburgh, but think about that later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this going to be out in time?
Yes.
You sure?
We'll make it.
Remember when I thought that May was before April a minute ago? That was a low point
In your in
my life.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the clever one as well. Aren't you?
Am I?
Okay.
Very important. Very important in a double act dynamic that you decide who's the clever one before you crack on.
Who's the thicko? How's your podcast going?
It's going very nicely.
It's a very creative idea, not like this.
Well,
not like this right wing podcast.
Yeah, this is just nothing.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what the because I haven't been invited on it.
Oh, right.
As per usual.
The issue is, Joey, is that we would love to have you on. And
Too expensive.
I was going to invite you on after this, but now that you've said that there's a problem with you being invited on podcasts, it's sort of funnier to not invite you on.
Yeah.
The podcast is...
I've got an announcement. I'm going on tour.
What?
I've just decided.
No, you can't, because I've got my tour, so you can't talk about yours.
No, I'm not going to do Soho Theatre.
That's still...
It's called Not the Soho Theatre
I'm
Tour.
going all over the place.
Okay. No, anyway. What?
He just wanted to make that noise.
That noise.
Sorry.
I'm looking for that
You
great
were
podcast.
on your laptop for so long, finding
Just
that
in
klaxon
silence.
noise. Files, audio, FX, klaxon 1, klaxon 2, klaxon... I think it's klaxon 3 is the best.
He's got a secret folder on his laptop.
I have got a secret
with a
folder, but
password.
there's no noises in there.
Well, there's some noises.
I'm sorry, you're talking about your podcast.
The podcast is doing well. It's called Born Yesterday. Myself and Andy Barr, we play clones of ourselves who only know about 3 things, and then guests come on and have to explain other things to us, and our sort of knowledge builds as it goes on, and it's a lot of fun.
So you have to do like homework for it.
No,
The guest.
No, the guests don't have to do
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. I will come on then.
Yeah,
There's
that's
homework involved. I'm not doing
and
it.
honestly, that's the conversation most people have. It's like, oh, there's no homework. You just turn up and do it.
I've been asked to go on a podcast before where they're like, we talk about footballers' autobiographies. Can you read a footballer's
A whole autobiography, yeah.
I don't do that for fun.
I do, and I've still not been invited on. I like Andy Barr, but I'm not getting him on here until I get invited on his podcast.
Well, then we can't. What about this one?
Huh?
What about this guy here?
He's already on here. That's a trade, 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Yeah. No more people from that podcast come on this podcast till I've been on that podcast. You understand?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That's fair. It's a trade.
Yeah, it's a really tense negotiation between podcasts.
But yeah, it's a good podcast apparently.
Yeah, a lot. Do you know what? So many people have said that to me.
Yeah.
It's a good podcast, apparently.
No, it's a very funny idea. It's very creative. I did it. It's quite hard as a guest.
Yeah, people panic.
In a good way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's challenging. You know?
I
think I did okay.
It's really tricky. Chortle Award nominated.
Oh, my God. How'd you get that? How'd you get that?
Yeah. Who were you talking to at Chortle?
How did you pay for that, right?
I paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave Steve Bennett all my money.
We could invite him in here.
I would have him on as a guest.
Would you?
genuinely.
I don't think he
he'd be
remembers
quite
who I am.
That's fine.
He reviewed me about 15 years ago.
What did he say?
I think he thinks I've given up.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
I think Steve refuses to review me, I think, because Chortle have reviewed me, but Steve Bennett runs the comedy website Chortle.
Yeah, Chortle have reviewed me 4 stars.
Really?
Yeah, fuck off. What do you mean, really?
That's good.
Yeah.
But because he and I have the same surname, and I genuinely think he thinks people will think that we're related.
But he is your father, so...
He's actually my mum.
Right.
And that's why you got the nomination for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Who's got any problems?
Do you want
Yummy problems. Yummy problems.
Jesus. Do you want to talk about your... what happened?
That's what the special folder's called, isn't it?
Yummy, yummy problems.
Yummy
Yummy,
problems.
yummy problems.
He had to get his laptop repaired, but he was so scared that the people fixing it would find his yummy, yummy problems folder, so he just threw it in a pond.
Listen, you just don't get your if you're doing things like that, you just don't get your laptop fixed.
It's all these erotic little stories.
I had
he's
a
written.
friend. I had a friend at school who, when he was a young teenager, his laptop stopped working, and his parents were like, "Oh, we'll get that repaired for you." And he was so worried about them finding the pornography on his laptop. He lived in the countryside, so he took his laptop to the bottom of a field with a shotgun and shot his laptop.
What the hell?
I think there should be. I reckon this would be a good business. What do you reckon?
What, shooting
Right?
laptops?
No. When you die, you can have like a service where somebody comes and takes your laptop away, so that your loved ones don't find out about your private.
This is actually
Browsing.
an
Cremate
excellent
it with
idea.
you.
Yeah.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And not just your laptop, but just like stuff in the
Hard
house.
drives, yeah.
Like the but like you know the orange bag at the bottom of my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that.
Yeah.
But hold on, if you're getting cremated and everyone
And you
knows,
go round. No, but you go round as like a work colleague. Or like
No,
someone
no.
turns up. It's
Yeah.
like
but if you're
Martin
getting,
from IT.
let's say
that's
you're-
what the company's called. Martin
Martin
from
from
IT.
But then there's more questions being raised.
exactly. If you're being cremated and they're like, and he's putting all of his hard drives in with him to be burned in front of everyone.
There's just loads of fucking. They're like backing up a
Loads
thing.
of issues of Zoo magazine.
some floppy discs from the 90s.
It's all really
A
like.
VHS and the recorder.
It's like nuts, zoo, bizarre, nuts, zoo.
It's a good business model.
Lots of those like those like peanuts, like cardboard things that you get peanuts on, and the more peanuts you buy, there's a naked lady behind it. Just like loads of those on a fire.
It's a good. I think it's a good business.
I
model.
think it's a good business.
Okay.
Oh gosh, my problem this week is that I have I've been having issues with my flat.
As
Got
per?
mold and all sorts, renting in
As
London.
per.
I have found a place. Don't tell everyone. Don't dox me, because he does that. I found a place to move to in a few months, but my contract was supposed to be for 2 years in this place.
No.
And I'm going to have it so that it's 1 year. But I haven't told the landlord yet.
I'd tell him now.
How do you navigate this? What is the best way to say I'm leaving because it's a
God, I didn't realise I was going on the fucking Watchdog podcast.
So you want to leave the contract early? is what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Like, how do the
Can you email for me?
can I?
Can you come in with me? to
Let's
the
do it right
office?
now, live on the podcast. What's the name of the letting agent? I'll do it.
What's your living situation like?
I rent.
And is
in
it a
London,
nightmare or
and
is it
it's-
fine?
It's fucking shit.
Okay.
Is renting is awful, and
Yeah.
no one would do it if they had any other option. So I empathise with your situation.
Do you house share?
Yes, I live with 2 other people.
Are they nice?
Yeah, they've got 3 dogs between them.
Right.
So I live with 3 dogs, and I like dogs very much.
Mm.
But I don't have to look after the dogs. At
Yeah,
all.
that's
I
good.
just pick them up and sort of smush their
Throw them
faces.
around. Yeah.
Throw 'em around. I don't have to look after them, you see. So I
Feed
just,
them chocolate.
yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Just pushing a Yorkie into a dog. Just holding its bed there.
This will only be the 4th
pushing
time
a
that
Yorkie.
we've had cruelty to animals clips go up. We've been doing this podcast.
Just
It's always dogs, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it's dogs.
One of them's a chihuahua. So just imagine me holding a chihuahua and just
Toblerone.
push. just
How
can see it in it when it's
are
walking.
they well
around.
behaved?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
They've been well.
They can
trained.
be right naughty dogs, can't they? Sometimes.
Yeah, he's very needy,
Mm.
but he's
Who isn't?
Yeah,
Who isn't?
but he's a great hang. He does sit on my shoulder when I'm reading.
Oh, there you go. And he is like a rat.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
what would your advice be? Like, is there anything I need to?
What are you worried about?
I haven't told you what happened the other day in the flat.
Go on.
I completely forgot. There's all sorts of issues. Basically, it's all like it looks nice, but it's all falling apart now, right?
Like
A
me.
pipe broke, and there was a leak, and it was affecting the electricity and stuff. That got repaired, but A couple of nights ago, about 5 a.m., I went to the bathroom, shut the door, didn't lock it, whatever.
Don't need to. You
The
only live with your
door-
wife. That'd be weird.
The door wouldn't open to leave.
Yeah.
The bit, I don't know terminology for doors, the bit that goes in, when you turn, I don't know.
The
That-
latch.
Is that a latch?
No, it's not.
It's not a latch.
latch is a different kind of.
That thing,
But it is interesting.
Was
that
not working.
We don't know what that's called.
yeah.
Yeah.
That, you turn the handle, it wasn't moving.
Mm.
I was completely locked in. Completely.
Wow.
No, what the hell?
How long was you in there?
An hour?
No, you
The
wasn't.
cat was with me in there going, meow, why can't we?
Why are you in there? What are you doing in the
She
bathroom?
follows
with the
me.
cat?
She follows me. That's not creepy.
So I'll lock my wife out, but I'll bring the cat in. to the
I didn't lock
bathroom.
the door, but I was trying to wake her up and couldn't. Luckily, there was a screwdriver in there, so I went to town and
On
just
the cat.
I kept myself occupied for a little while.
Luckily, we had a little game between us.
I had to
The
destroy
time
the
just flew
thing.
by.
I had to destroy the flipping thing, man. The whole door handle thing. It was a nightmare.
No, it's really not part of my personality to defend landlords at any point.
Okay,
But is that your landlord's fault
I think so.
that you got stuck in your bathroom?
I didn't do anything wrong. I shut
No.
the door,
Yeah.
and the door because it's just all
what business
poor
did you have in there?
urination. I think. What did you think?
I don't know. Just checking.
He's doing his taxes.
But I have destroyed the door,
Yeah.
so there's that as well.
Well,
So
you should
you-
have told them about that immediately because
Well, I
that's
haven't
on
yet.
them. Well,
How
it
did
is
you,
on them.
Did you take it off its hinges or did you dismantle the?
I couldn't. It wouldn't come apart. It was really bad. I unscrewed it. It still wouldn't come apart. So I had to dig in with the thing.
Did you have to like Jack Nicholson in The Shining?
Pretty
go
much.
through the door with a screwdriver.
Yeah.
I'm,
pretty much.
I'm going to ask you a question here.
Hmm.
Have you ever been seeing somebody who is in a relationship with somebody already
Mate, that's
and
not.
snuck round to their house?
That is not something you ask a guest.
No, and snuck round to their house for a little half hour.
Right.
Yeah, while their husband has been tactfully locked in the bathroom. So I know I have.
He's saying this because I've had a thing with his girlfriend for a few months and he can't get over it.
Have you considered that?
That she's having
Your
an
wife was
affair.
asleep.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear you,
You think
banging.
she locked me in there?
Yeah, and then got a guy around for a bit of old.
She
rumpy
locked me and the
pumpy.
cat in there.
Bit of rumpy pumpy.
Well,
Any young people watching this, you won't know about rumpy pumpy. Look it up.
there's no young
It's
people
another
watching
folder on the
this.
There
laptop.
are.
But I don't know. I thought you'd have advice on how best to tell them I'm leaving.
Well,
the
I
contract.
can tell you this. When I lived in Brighton, I lived in an absolute little shithole flat.
Yeah.
And my landlord was called Angel. I didn't like him, right? And I had like a 2-year contract, so I wanted to leave it after a year.
Yeah.
And he said, you can leave early as long as we find someone to take over. Like, there won't, like, any months where there's nobody in there, you would have to pay. So we just waited till they found someone and then moved. So that'll probably be the case. So I'll tell them soon as pos
As soon as pos.
and put P.S. Your flat sucks. Because they'll be delighted because they'll be able to put the price up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, it went so quickly last time. And it went so quickly because gullible little Bilal Zafar went round and went, oh, this is nice. You didn't check the pipes, didn't check the doors, didn't check the mould.
Do you
And look
check
at this
the
big
pipes?
mess you're in.
Do you check the
I'll
pipes?
go around to...
I will.
I'll be knocking
I
on-
will. My house right now is a building site because that we're having a heat pump installed because the water pressure is so bad, and the hassle it's caused. I will check pipes in the future. I think Joey's right that if you try and get out of your contract early now, the landlord probably will go, great, I can now charge a much higher rent immediately.
They're good, aren't they, landlords?
Yeah, they're great.
people,
They're
yeah.
just they contribute so much to society and the world. And I have to say, the service you get for what we pay in London is fantastic. I love that. Every house I've ever lived in is badly decorated and badly made and badly maintained and is a fucking pile of fucking shit.
Announcement. We're giving away 4 free tickets to Alexander Bennett's show to estate agents only.
We could do more.
The opening of
More.
the opening of my show is 7 minutes of me slagging off estate agents.
Yeah, I love that because they don't know about. They're like, no, I'm a good one, but they're wearing a pink shirt and a
They
blue
don't know
tie.
where they are. Have you ever spoken to an estate agent for an extended period of time? They are the thickest people in the entire world because they're in an industry that you need no qualifications for, and you will only ever make more money in and progress in. So you're being actively rewarded for being inadequate, and it's a terrible psychological.
I know some comedians like that.
Yeah, you're looking at one, but it's yeah.
So, Alexander Bennett, what is your problem that you've brought to the show today?
Well, a variety that we could go into of various levels of depression. I'm trying to eat less sugar,
Okay.
which is on the lighter end of things I could offer.
Yeah.
I've got a real sweet tooth.
Me too.
I basically have to have chocolate after every meal.
Let's talk about which ones are we having?
Chocolate. Honestly, what have you got? It depends what sort of mood I'm in. Normally, I just need to satisfy the addiction.
Yeah.
So something dairy milk.
Yes.
Kit
It's
Kat
the best,
chunky.
isn't it? Yeah. Have you had Cadbury's Creations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's really good.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Easter at the moment, so I'm working my way through some cream eggs.
Which egg? What's your favourite Easter egg?
I quite like a mini eggs egg.
The one with the mini eggs in the...
Yeah.
Yes.
That pleases me.
You okay?
Yeah, I just wouldn't do Easter content as this is going out in about 3 weeks, unless Easter's going to come back like the Lord in a few weeks' time. This is irrelevant.
Well, we'll put this out next year. You didn't say it next year, probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
four dates. Bilal's only doing 2. Let's just swapping it round.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I just had it
Sneeze.
forced into my head as a child that meals end when you have a sweet thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same.
And
yeah.
I just can't.
No, I have a similar thing. My way to tackle it is
Burn yourself.
is to burn myself.
After, because then if after a sweet, if
put
you've
your
learned
hand
that
on the
meals, if you've learned that meals over a sweet thing, then burning, you can work it back.
You can get yourself out of that.
Yeah.
I have to, me personally, because I'm so addicted to sugar, mainly chocolate, I have to go completely cold turkey, and I will have an Excel spreadsheet.
Which is not very sweet.
well, a Google sheet, so I can look at it on my phone.
Lovely
Anyone? Thank you.
And
Lovely.
I'll do a month without snacks.
A month.
A month. No chocolate, no crisps. And I can do it.
Yeah.
And I try and go to the gym and stuff in that time.
But then you come back
I
after
do
a month.
feel better.
And
Right.
start again.
Yeah.
Start the whole.
It is
vicious cycle
hard.
again.
It is
Because
hard.
I've done similar.
How long have you managed? Have you kept a...
I did. I think I got to close to a month.
Yeah. And what happened?
Without sugar.
What happened? What went wrong?
I realised that I was still drinking, and there's quite a lot of sugar in the alcohol that I was drinking. I was like, well, I haven't really been doing this properly anyway. And then got battered and ate a lot of chocolate.
Could you do the alcohol as well? Could you give that up as well?
Yeah, but I think if you suddenly stop all your vices at once, then that's not like a helpful way of.
Is that true?
I think so. I think I think you're generally encouraged to go less is good and sort of wean your way, unless you've got a serious addiction issue.
Here's the thing: you've got your Stephen Bartletts, okay? You've
Got
got
your
your other
Bartletts.
self-help people.
You got
right?
Wim
You've got
Hof.
yeah, right.
You know him?
No, like all these things where they're like, oh, you just need to like set a new. I'm always really good at starting a new routine, like get fit, get healthy. I can do it for a couple of months, but that's when I need the help. Is in the medium to longer term, because then I'm like, oh, I look all right now. I can go back to abusing myself with alcohol and crisps. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And where's the self-help for people once they've got to that 1 month or 2 month? Bilal?
You got to keep it going, right? Keep it up, baby.
And it's the trickiest time. Is, catch me in the middle section.
Yeah, I feel like 3 months is a good. I feel like you could change your life kind of thing. Because if you go to the gym for 3 months, you do see a difference. I found my biceps went very round.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't cut my hair for 2 years, and it changed my life.
try that.
Is that the same as exercise?
I feel like if I could manage 3 months of really like a good lifestyle, which for me would be being active, sleeping well, not having loads of chocolate.
And you're not doing
I
any of
can't sleep
those.
well. No,
Same.
I'm not.
Yeah, I can't sleep well.
I have real issues with sleep.
It's possibly all the sugar we're eating.
I think it is,
Yeah.
right?
I love a good kip.
I cannot. One thing I'm jealous of it. Like you do get up really early,
Yeah.
and I can't do that. I wish I could because I know.
So I'm the same as you.
Yeah.
And then every time I do get up early, I feel much better for it.
Yeah.
And I hate myself because it's like I know that I'm lying to myself in a kind of, oh, I'm just a guy who gets up late. When I get up early, I do feel, it does make me feel better. Because my house is like a building site at the moment. I have to get up really early.
Yeah.
And have a cold shower because our heating is off.
Wim Hof.
You are like Wim Hof.
Right now, yeah. An unwilling Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is the point. Do you not get that thing when you give something up, though? Like, so when I've gone, I need to give up sugar.
Yeah.
What happened is that my brain went, but if I'm giving up sugar, I should give up this as well. And I should give up this as well. And I should give up this as well.
Yeah.
And it builds to an unmanageable. It's like I've suddenly nothing's available to me as a kind of.
Can you put SWOT? So what I do when I do a health kick is that I have, is it called options, I think? Or choices?
Options, hot chocolate.
Options, hot chocolate.
Choices hot chocolate.
Choices is from
What I
Aldi.
do is,
Is it?
Options, hot chocolate.
And Audi,
which
which
is,
their one is decisions.
if you like hot chocolate. But like that's like, no calories basically.
hot chocolate.
And it's hot chocolate. And you can, I used to have that in the evening and I was like, that's a treat, Have you thought of any of that sort of thing?
My friend said to me that thing that you're craving sweetness is actually you wanting fruit and you're not eating enough fruit.
Okay.
Because you'd get the sweetness from, so she was just like, have a banana at the end of a meal.
Yeah.
Are you
And I thought,
Also, hydrating helps
you,
fill up your tummy, right?
having any romantic time at the moment?
Why do you keep wanting to know
that was a
this?
serious question.
How often are you having a romantic?
Is there a special someone in your life?
Is there a special someone? You've been kissing someone? Tell
my
the truth.
point is, my girlfriend eats really healthily.
you've been kissing someone. have you been kissing
Come
someone?
on, out with it.
My girlfriend eats really healthily, right?
Yeah.
And so then that encourages me to eat really healthily. But when she's not around, I eat like a dustbin
Yeah.
because I'm like, I can do what I want now. But when I'm with her, I'm having a lot of nice meals, a lot of fruit and veg.
Yeah. My ex was like that as well. She ate extremely healthily, so I got healthier by association. No, I'm not seeing anyone at the moment, which is another problem I'd like you to solve.
Okay.
Well, we can solve that. We've got very many eligible bachelorettes that watch this show and listen to it. If you're only listening,
Lots of right-wing single women.
if you're only listening to it, boy, do you need to get on the YouTube and have a look at this guy.
Have a look at this guy.
But don't get distracted by looking at me, 'cause you're supposed
I
to be
eat
looking
too
at him.
much chocolate and can't sleep properly.
He's nice. He's nice. He's got kind eyes. I think that comes across on camera.
Do you put rose petals down on the floor in the flat?
That's how I'm trying to get a
Yeah.
woman at
you-
the moment. Is I'm just
Set a
leaving
trap.
rose petals into my house.
Are you trying to flirt with a heat pump guy?
There's like 7 blokes.
Oh, here's the thing. If you date Alexander, not only are you getting a very erudite and thoughtful guy with kind eyes, but you're also getting a guy that has got excellent shower pressure by the time this goes out.
Honestly, it will be like being beaten up.
You know the demographic of our podcast.
The
so
shower.
well.
The shower will be, not the relationship.
By the way, if you're enjoying this podcast and you're watching on YouTube, why not write a little comment right now, like it's a live thing that's happening, and then we'll respond to it, because that would be nice, because we need more comments.
Okay, so this
It's a call
episode,
to action right now.
this particular episode, whatever you comment, me and JP will both reply to it. So
Yeah.
we have to keep checking back.
And if it's like somebody wanting to go on a date with Alexander Bennett, then we'll sort that out also.
We'll sort that out. Where do you want to take him?
Cadbury's World.
Have you been to Cadbury World?
No,
I've
any
never
good?
been.
So I'm from not that far away from Birmingham, so went there on a lot of school trips.
Apologies.
And it's full of children's sick. Is mainly what it is. Is it's brown sick.
Why don't you think about that every time you go to tuck into a bar?
Because I like chocolate too much, and it's so as a place to take a date. if I'm laying rose petals around Cadbury World trying to get someone to follow it, and I'm just having to work around the pools of child vomit. Because they just pump you full of free chocolate. Literally, they pump.
Oh
you.
my God, you want to go? Should we do a live ep from there?
Shall we go? Yeah.
Do a live ep.
Yeah.
So my problem is kind of related insofar as I eat really late at night. I want to cut that out. So I feel like if I could stop eating after 9 p.m.
That's being a comedian, though.
I know.
Yeah, that's really hard.
But I will make allowances if I'm gigging that night. But I'm talking about when I'm at home tonight. I will go home.
What's the latest you've ever made a full meal?
I won't make full meals, but what I'll do is
I've had a roast at 2 a.m. You get back from
What
a
a catch! What a catch!
You get back from you go, listen. The rose petals. You follow the rose petals into my house. The smell of gravy through the air.
Can you
and then
explain
you get
this?
in the shower.
Can you explain this to us? This exact incident.
Well, it's like you're gigging out of town and it takes ages to get. And,
Yeah, but why a roast?
Because it was all I had, and none of the shops are open, and there's no takeaways on. So it's like, okay, well, I have to make a roast now.
A full proper roast.
Yeah,
like,
proper roast.
What was the meat?
Meat, a chicken.
Yorkshire puddings,
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
stuffing.
yeah, absolutely.
What? How many veggies?
Yeah. Carrots and peas. I tend to have on the roast.
It's hard though when you're gigging because you feel because you're so, especially when it goes well, you're buzzing after.
Have a huel. That's what I do.
Have a huel? Do you?
Have it sometimes.
In the evening?
So you
Well,
know,
Jerry drinks before he goes to sleep.
In bed, yeah.
I basically hadn't had a McDonald's this whole year until the other night. I walked past McDonald's a bit drunk, and I was like, no. And unfortunately, Phil Ellis was staying at my house, and he rang me.
Oh dear.
And he was like, I'm at McDonald's, what do you want? And I was like, I can't pass up a free McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I crumbled. But I've managed to go the whole year without a McDonald's other than that one blight on my copybook.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing open to comedians late at night. when
That's
we're
it's
travelling
pretty
around.
much.
You're
Yeah.
going to a gig or coming from a gig. It's like I want something warm inside me now, and it's like the only option available unless you're getting out of town and there's a chip shop next to the train station, which can work really well for.
But what I'll do is I'll make sure there isn't a lot of food in my house.
Yeah.
And I'll try and make a really big meal. So at least if I'm going to eat something, I'm going to eat leftovers of that. It's something I've made myself.
Yeah.
But then if not, then I'm looking at like different bits and pieces. So I'll be like, oh, I just have a biscuit. And then you're like, I think I've got one of those mini Chicago Town microwavable pizzas in the freezer. And then I'll be like, oh, there's ice cream in here as well.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, I've had a full meal.
Full roast.
Because I'm really trying to like bring about the circumstances where I have to have a roast at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going the long way home. I'm waiting for the takeaways to shut.
Yeah. You're getting one of those. You're getting one of those bikes to bring you a roast chicken.
I used to have a personal trainer for a bit, and he said, because I said I'm addicted to sugar. He said a snack that he likes, healthy snack, blueberries. Pop them in the freezer.
Yeah.
Maybe give that a
Also,
go.
frozen peas are nice. Like
No.
a nice lolly.
No,
Yeah, they are.
don't eat
Savoury
frozen
ass lolly, you can.
peas.
I eat them like what was that ice cream you used to get where it's like all little balls and you open up the thing and tap it into your mouth.
Oh God,
That's how I eat.
Oh,
what
yeah.
were they?
That's how I eat frozen peas.
They
What
gone
are they
now?
called?
I think they are
Yeah,
gone. I've
shame
not
if
seen
they
them
are
around. You are right, and I like fruit.
Okay, there you go.
And
What
the
fruit do you like?
podcast.
Yeah, what's your top fruits?
Tops fruits.
Top fruits.
Apple,
Yeah.
banana, strawberry.
Okay.
but like I need to program my brain
Yeah.
because when I'm at the shops, I don't go, oh, I'll get some fruit, so I just have fruit in the house. I go, I'll get 8 chocolate bars. So
But I think you have to buy the fruit at a different time of day to when you're buying the shop. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going in there, you almost have to go and do a fruit shop. But then you can just let it rot and eat a chocolate bar. It's too
That
easy
might
to
be
let
our
go.
first sneeze on the podcast.
No, I think I sneezed on
Did
this
you?
episode.
Yeah.
On this episode?
Yeah, Joe sneezed.
I think
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so we've got 2 things to get through.
Don't you find that when you don't have sugar for a bit and then it changes your taste buds? And then fruit tastes better.
Yeah, and everything tastes better.
Everything tastes better.
Cool.
Pepsi
So,
tastes great. Sorry. go on.
first of all, There is.
You can get a blue liquid from my corner shop. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's pure sugar.
Oh.
And I had a bottle of it last year, and it affected my body more than when I've tried cocaine.
Go on.
Cool. Now it's time to move on to a listeners' podcast problem. That you can get in touch by emailing the email address if you've got a problem,
gotaproblemmate@gmail.com.
or when I do a call to action on my very popular Instagram page, you can just reply to that, like Jacob Tyson 12 has done.
Jacob Tyson?
Yeah,
12?
12.
12?
He's 12 years old. I don't know.
Is he the 12th Jacob Tyson, or is he 12? Let's find out about the question.
Let's have a look at him. If he is 12, I'm not going to read it out. Someone else has replied, "You have a podcast?" I don't know why I bother. Where's the money? Okay. So let's have a look at this Jacob Tyson 12. Make sure he's not actually 12. He seems to own a dog. Oh, he looks
Can't be
old enough.
12.
He looks old enough.
Old enough.
He looks old enough.
How old do you reckon this person is? Jacob Tyson.
Maybe 13.
Cool. Maybe he started the account when he was 12. Doesn't matter. He said this.
I'm just about to do my GCSEs.
He said, "Hi, JP and BZ. Love the poddy.
Yeah.
How do I stop being friends with someone without the guilt of stop being friends with someone?"
Just stop replying. Just stop replying.
So ghosts.
Have you not had? I've had people in my life who are just not very nice. And because I was
Start
like,
a podcast with them.
there you go. When I was like, sort of early 20s or whatever, there's people that are just a bit nasty. And then you realise you're a bit of a pushover. And then you just kind of stop replying. That's what I've done.
Here's my advice to you, Jacob Tyson, is say whenever that friend wants to hang out with you, just give an ambiguous excuse that means that you're not definitely not coming, but there's a chance you're not going to show up. Like I always say, I've got a gig in Kettering that evening, so then people don't know how far away that is. I could make it if I change my mind, but I'm probably not coming. Alexander Bennett, what do you say?
Yeah, well, you it's you can just stop messaging someone or replying to messages if
It depends on how deep this friendship is.
Yeah,
How
it
long
does.
you've been friends.
It does, and that's a call that you're going to have to make. And a friendship is a two-way street. So someone can't. If you stop replying to someone and then they don't follow it up, then they've got no justification to be angry at you because.
And also, if they're not being good value for money, if they're being boring, then you should say, "You're not being a great friend. You're boring me.
You're not entertaining."
Yeah.
Up your game.
Yeah.
Do you know how funny some of the people I know are?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know how funny some of the people whose podcasts I listen to are?
Do you know some of the people I know have been on Sky?
Do you know some of the people I know have been on GB News? So, Jacob, I hope that's answered your problem. You seem
It's a
from your
difficult one,
profile
though.
picture quite young.
I
so
don't
I would
know
say,
if they really are.
don't
that
worry
young.
about it.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
unless there is obviously the thing of having the chat and saying like, "Look, I don't think I can."
Or just be like,
you can always,
we don't have anything in common anymore.
You can always set boundaries, can't you? You don't even necessarily have to terminate a relationship with someone yourself. You say, "Look, here's why I'm not comfortable with things as they are," and that person can kind of take it or leave it. Which, when you're young, is a healthy thing to do because it gives people either the opportunity to change, or you the opportunity to go, "Well, I've set my boundaries."
Or take them out, get them really drunk so they don't remember the evening. And then when they text the next day to be like, "I don't know what happened last night," be like, "Mate, you were really racist and I don't think we can be friends anymore."
That's so specific that it feels like you've done that.
Sorry, Martin. Oh, that's that, isn't it?
I think so.
Oh, shall I do my feature quick?
Oh no, yeah.
Hmm.
You got to do it really quick.
I'm going to have to do it really quick.
He's got
Luckily,
a feature.
This is called Guest to Impress, where I write a feature based on our guest every week. It's quite hard, and they're not normally very good. So that's a caveat. So this week's one is called I can't stand the man myself.
Hey,
Okay.
good title.
Okay. It's based on your show that you're doing at Soho. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. You're doing a show at Soho Theatre.
On the 29th and 30th of April. Yeah.
And it's called that. Yeah. Okay. This is like a league table. You have to put these in order from worst to very worst. Okay. Because these are the worst types of people in society. Okay.
This isn't about race again, is it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 5 types of people, all people, and you have to put them from worst to worst. But there's
From worst to least worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're all the worst.
Okay.
People who get served at the bar in front of you when they know that you should have been served before them.
Okay.
Right?
And I mean this. Lock it in for the bottom.
Oh dear.
And
dear.
and I know I haven't heard the others.
Yeah.
But I am confident.
It's very brave.
The canoe man who faked his own death. Shall I continue before you lock that in?
No. The worst is still locked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that is locked in. You can't change that.
I don't
but
want to.
You don't want to lock this one in at number 2.
I'll hear the other options.
Yeah, okay.
All that matters to me is the first one.
People on public transport not using headphones.
Yeah, that's so. What? That's quite an obvious question, but what is the mentality of people who do?
I
that?
don't know.
It's so common now.
I went to lunch with my parents. Big shout out to Mickey and Barbie. They listen all the time. We went and had lunch, and somebody was just watching a video on their phone in the restaurant for ages. Really,
It's
an entire series of Seinfeld
it's the tinny sound
in the middle
isn't
of a
it?
Wagamama's.
it was actually
all of Seinfeld.
it was actually a Miller and Carter Steakhouse, and their lunch menu is very good value.
just go to a Wacker and just watch all of Seinfeld on your phone over the course of a day.
Okay,
It's been
so we've got
happening more and more.
we've got the canoe man.
Yeah, people who listen to music without headphones.
We've already got a lock in of the people who get served at the bar before you.
They're the worst.
David Cameron
Sure.
and Philip Schofield.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I stand by what I locked in.
Yep. Okay.
Well, Philip Schofield also jumped the queue, didn't he? So
And that is the very worst of his.
yeah, that's what I don't
Problems.
like him about. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the yeah.
Yeah. Going out with someone very young is jumping the queue in a sense.
Now you can see why I get a bit jumpy when somebody who's got 12 in the name of their Instagram messages saying they've got a problem that they'd like us to discuss.
I got a review in Edinburgh last year that said I look like David Cameron.
Oh, I could see that if you.
Why have you
Okay,
said
yeah.
that? Why have you said that to me? What it means is big shiny forehead, which is the only real similarity he and I have.
That's such a
No, I
weird
think
thing to say.
high cheek structure.
There's a pigginess to our eyes that I think.
Pigginess?
Yeah.
That's
Wait, did he fuck a pig? Allegedly.
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
Oh, so and still people that get served ahead of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah. Because they've seen you, and they know that they're exploiting the system, and it takes so little effort to go. Oh, this. They were before me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I would say they're the worst. David Cameron, second worst. And I don't look like him.
No, you don't.
I don't think so. That's an odd thing to say.
I look like Bill Pullman and Robin Williams when he was about 25. Were there 4?
There's 5.
There's 5.
Headphones. No headphones. Philip Schofield.
It's actually quite
and
tricky.
the canoe man.
It's actually quite tricky. Well, I'm gonna put headphones in just after Cameron.
Mm-hmm. That's third.
Yeah. And then the canoe man. because of I think that's a terrible thing to do to your wife.
She was in on it.
And then Philip Schofield, who I'm confused at the inclusion of because
And just panicked.
I've not really watched the news since.
Congratulations. Oh shit.
Why was Philip Schofield on there? I've not really watched the news since 2019.
Oh no, the Canoe Man's in there and he's not been in the news since about 2014.
He jumped.
It's
the
just what I
queue.
could think of on the tube here.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
He jumped the queue to see the Queen in her dying state.
You know what?
Dying state.
Dying state.
Lying in state.
Yeah, that's what I said.
If you've enjoyed this episode of the
I need to watch
podcast,
the
and
news.
why wouldn't you have? It just takes 2 very short seconds to like, rate, and subscribe, and it really helps us. Please go and see Alexander Bennett's show at the Soho Theatre. See Bilal's. No, do, but not until you've seen Alexander's. Anything else, anybody?
No,
Please listen to Born Yesterday wherever you get your podcasts,
we can't promote other podcasts.
We can and we
It's
will.
in the contract.
Okay.
and find me on social media, please.
There you go. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much.